All right, if you have a camera, by all means, hit those record buttons. By the way, cars in here, so be mindful of those vehicles, people coming in and out of here. Just go the opposite direction. And by the way, keep your cameras running for the entire time that we are in a space. If you hit the record button by the time you think you saw something, it's gone. So get us the footage. You're going to probably record 4 to 7 videos from each camera tonight. Just so everybody knows that hasn't taken us before, I take all 3 cameras, all of the little videos you guys are going to create, I splice them all together for 1 video per camera. And I do put them in order. You will not be recording in between spaces and recreating the Blair Witch Project for us. None of us want to watch that again. So exactly. So when I regroup us, because here's how this is going to work for this location, and you guys are going to see like throughout the night, every location is going to be a little bit different of how we investigate it based on who the ghost is, based on what we can actually do in that space. So I'll give you the history of this space briefly, and then you guys are going to spread out. I will keep Jeff back behind with me so I can teach him a few extra things with that. I will do 1 or 2 round robins with everybody, take a few notes to see what's going on with your devices, and then regroup us to give you all of the answers. Here's why. This is where I start withholding information on purpose. Again, I want all of you to have a genuine experience. I will not be giving you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did with the big red barn. Okay? You will be getting the answers from your spirit boxes. I will give you focus questions. I'll explain that at the end. All right, so let's get into why you're in the middle of a parking lot. Connor, you got something?
No. I think it's just like a false start. It's like 4.5.
I got groceries.
No.
Temperature. Kind of. I see where you're going. I want specifics.
Like, it was just like split, you know, 4.5 probably like.
There's no electricity in here. Do you have a 4.5?
It was just like real quick.
So let me explain the EMF a little bit further just so you have a better understanding. We want them to be quick. The reason why is because if it was, let's say your cell phone was right next to it. Okay, your cell phone is going to give off pulses and it's going to go like 20, then 18. Right. You got another 4?
4 too.
Okay, so we're going to keep escalating the number because you already told me you had a 4.5. So every time you get a higher number, tell me that number. Don't go below it. But there's no electricity in here at all. So just kind of keep that in mind. Even these little lights around the walls, they're solar panels. It does not give off any EMF whatsoever. So that's how they're run. So 4.5, don't give me anything below that 4.5. I do have to write that number down, and we're going to keep it going up. The average, just so you know, for here is between 18 to 22. Yeah, it's high. And that's an average. So I'm going to talk about what we've actually found in this location. But welcome to a parking lot, everybody. Congrats, you made it. Told you, I take you to weird spots. Do you guys think the other ghost tours are coming here?
I just got John.
John, and she got 44. Is that his number?
No, but that is something else.
That's what she just got, 44.
44 is something. It's probably something you don't even know about.
And I got groceries.
Yeah. So John, 44.
Not necessarily. I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily listening for anything right now.
Okay, well, listen.
Yeah, so when you guys are like giving me too much so I can kind of get through the history, I'll like stifle you guys. Like, hey, tone it down a little bit. Give me a few minutes to get through the history. Rachelle's like, yeah, because I can't listen and neither should you. There you go. I had to get something out of her. But this parking lot used to be something relevant to the history of Charleston, which is exactly why we're here. This used to be the Eliza and Charles Pinckney mansion. Their mansion sat in the front of the space facing East Bay Street. Eliza's garden lined up with Five Church Restaurant over there and came all the way across. And then the servant and slave quarters were in the back of the space. So that's the layout of the land. Who the hell were these people? Charles and Eliza had a son named Charles and they had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 Chucks, in case you weren't paying attention. That's why we look for the secondary clues. Everybody from the 17 and 1800s, they use like 5 names over and over again. I need to know which one's here based on the secondary clue. You guys got the point. Moving forward. The son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. Big deal for us. I hate politics more than all of you combined. So we're going to move on. If I do not give the gentleman that recognition, they will do it for me in a nasty manner through one of the red spirit boxes. I have a few messages out there that I've saved and recorded that are not very nice messages because I've had some rude people here. So again, I just give them that recognition and we move on. We're going to talk about Eliza instead. Her history is a little bit more, I don't want to say more significant, more interesting. We'll say that. So Eliza married Charles at a young age according to today's standards. If you're going to ask her how old she was when she got married, do not expect numbers from the colonial days when she got married. Like when young ladies got married like 12 and 14 back then. Think of today's standards because the husband was over double her age when they married. It's kind of creepy then, definitely creepy now. Just gonna like to point that out. That gives you a gist of what you're listening for anyway. Moving on. She married him because her father was over in England. Dad thinks he's dying, and Eliza didn't believe so. She stayed put and got married. Well, it's 1744. You don't get married at 44. That's why you heard that number here. Yeah.
1742.
See, that's why you guys keep me around. I know all the number correlations. But anyway, you don't get married in that particular year to get a green card. We're not a country yet, guys. So this is a true love story. There's nothing horrific about this location. If anything, is it a place of respect. So while we're here, just be respectful. Moving on. She was correct. Dad did not die right away, and instead he started sending her gifts from England to where you're standing. One of those gifts happened to be the plant seeds of indigo. That's a plant that makes blue dye that makes your blue jeans blue. So that's how we use it today. When she got her seeds, she didn't know what to do with it. She had to learn from her servants and slaves how to keep it going because it's not always hot here, and then learned how to make the dye, moved it to a cash crop, got a hold of Dad and told him the rice plantations are going downhill, we're going to make a killing with the indigo. And now we have an international businesswoman during colonial times, something absolutely unheard of. So, that's the boring stuff of Eliza. Let's get into the cool stuff because that's why you guys are all here. I'm going to hand out focus questions to anybody with a communications device. So keep in mind, we do have 3 cameras running my voice recorder and a lot of communication devices. If Maddie's asking a question, Mom might get the answer. We never know how it's going to go. That's why there's always at least 2 communication devices, even on smaller groups. So just remember, you're going to tell me all of the things that you're hearing from your spirit boxes, just like you already have been doing. So let's kind of go through this. We're going to start off with yours. Your spirit box, you're going to be focused on the mansion. It's not here anymore. So you're going to be asking what happened to it. If you get the what, we often get 2 or 3 numbers from the exact date of that tragedy. I'm giving you a clue, that it was indeed a tragedy. So just kind of keep that in mind. Next one. So Mike and Maddie, it's going to be easy, 2 M's. So the 2 of you have the same spirit boxes. You're going to be focused on the same thing as well. That's her death. So the 4 majors that we get answers to: how old she was when she died, what she died from, and where she's buried, which president was a pallbearer at her funeral. If you decide to ask anything else and go rogue, just make sure that they're not yes/no questions. There's always a way to reword it and be respectful. That's the only other thing. So the 2 of you, this actually worked out really well too. Again, considering who you guys are. So the 2 of you, your devices are going to work in tandem as well. So you're going to be looking for Eliza's full initials in order, no scramble. ELP. The reason why: Eliza is the 2nd wife named Eliza from Charles back to back. The 1st wife died in January of 1744. In May of the same year, he married the one I just told you about. Kind of a jerk move, or really smart, depending on what kind of gentleman you are. You're going to be looking for what Eliza's maiden name is. What does the L stand for? That way we know which one we're dealing with. Remember, yours is also kind of a catch-all for what everybody else is asking as well. So we'll kind of see what else is going on. Connor, any other numbers besides 4.5? All right, Mike, have you heard anything before we separate? All right, everybody, let's get to work. Stay away from the, what do we got, 3 vehicles in here? Just stay clear of them all together. We're going to stay within the confines of these walls. I'll do 1 or 2 round robins to see what's happening, and we'll kind of get this party started.
Push the button.
Hit the button. Let's do it.
What question was?
I just gave
Oh
you
my
4.
gosh. I know. Okay.
She lost track.
I know. Sorry.
The death
How old
question.
she was when she died, where she's buried, what killed her, and which president was her pallbearer.
Let's make it simple. You ready? Age, how, where, which president. Easier? Yes.
Okay, Jeffrey.
All right, Jeff, let me show you what's going on with that guy. So I have to write down John 4:4. So
that way you
just going to start overwriting the letters.
Orbs.
Oh yeah, but you gotta watch it because if you see one, see that's why I couldn't have it. It's too small. Like look over like in places that people aren't.
I don't want to record the car.
You don't have to record the car. Just like look this way and like scan. And then we can ask. Well, my thing. You want to ask me?
Huh?
Yeah, stay with me. Like together we can.
Shower.
Oh, Eliza, what is your maiden name? Are you here, Eliza, or talk?
Wait, does it not show on the phone?
Not really.
Let's like cover this.
Stop, you're gonna make everybody sick.
Okay.
Whatsoever. I even researched it. Like that's a 6-letter word. So
Where's before?
I'm just telling him how long of a word it'll
They
give
come
us.
out down here, and you can look and see when
It
you.
said
but
Rick.
it's continuous. It's got to go through the whole thing.
It said
spell
Rick.
the
Rick?
word.
Yeah.
Like R-I-C-K?
Yeah.
Did someone fall from the ceiling?
No.
Because I just got fall from ceiling like in 2 different things. It just sounded too like
I'm still writing it down. That's what
It's
Fall from a
22.
ceiling.
Does that have anything?
1922. Watch out for the cars.
My thing doesn't matter. Eliza, are you here? Are there any spirits here?
Is there a ghost here? Guys, is there a ghost here?
Are you a ghost?
Oh, dig. Right here?
Hey, I think I found out where she's buried.
Yeah. I think she's buried right here.
She's buried here, Nick.
Yep. Right under the house. What if she got buried by the...
She's buried here.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, do we have any spirits? And dig came up right here, so.
No, but that's a gardening term.
Oh,
You're
true,
in her
and I'm
garden.
in her garden.
Right.
You're right.
You're right in her garden.
No,
Okay.
she got buried right
Figured
here.
out how to go to the word list, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Damn.
We got
It says damn.
Damn.
Okay, it did.
Dig.
Okay. Let's see what that's for. Why am I not getting anything over here? I feel
Oh my
like
gosh, it's a ghost! It's a ghost. Look at the ghost.
Yep.
Oh
Sure, it's not working very well. Switch it
No,
back.
no, I'm good. It's working. I'm just fucking the words. That's all.
Why are you turning it off?
You have to turn off the settings.
Maddie.
Stop recording me. Stop.
It's a recording.
I'm literally got how old she was when she died. I got it.
Okay, tell. I don't know if it says it. I don't know if it records the audio.
No, I don't know.
Just tell him. Just tell me and I'll tell him. When did she die? Whatever. Okay, bro. Is that a yorb? There's a yorb right there.
Got an orb?
There's a weird light over there.
Isn't that light on the building?
No. There's a light where the like the panels are.
It's a reflection.
No, where the panels are.
I know, I saw it flash.
That's dumb.
Oh.
It's the reflection from their thing.
Oh. So you found something there?
It's the reflection
Let's
from
go
their
over
device.
I know, I meant by the things though.
There was a light, a weird light in the pile there.
That's what I meant. Ooh, Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Who are we interviewing? Rhonda?
Rhonda. Rhonda.
Oh.
Is there someone over here?
It was probably the glass
I'm
on the
supposed to
floor.
interview Rhonda.
Who's Rhonda?
I don't know.
Now that I understand.
Rhonda, what's your name? Very dumb question. Rhonda.
Rhonda, who are we interviewing?
That's a dumb question too.
No,
We're
there's
interviewing
nobody.
who?
It was over.
Rhonda, did you die right here in the trash can?
Are these the servant quarters? Oh,
Where-
not a yes no question. I'm supposed to ask. Okay.
Where were the
Allow-
servants lived? Where did the servants live?
Yeah, where did the servants live?
Where were the servants' quarters?
Where?
Where did the servants live?
Right here. but-
Where it is? Jeff!
No, it doesn't
It
say
said
that.
EGP. Wait, it said EGP.
No, it's
LP.
E-L.
ELP.
No.
Why is there
K?
no house here anymore?
K. Kill.
Oh no.
Oh no. They're gonna. Wait, Dad. They're gonna kill us. Oh no.
Lemon.
Lemon.
I'm just getting garden terms.
Maddie got when she died. When Elizabeth died.
For 40 years?
Yeah. No. She just told me that when I went over.
Andrew? Really?
It's an old gentleman, Andrew.
Andrew Tate.
Shut up.
I don't know if it's right. I just heard Andrew.
Wait a minute, 1744 was Andrew Jackson? Yeah, he would have been alive. He would have been.
Scowl. Whoa.
I got
Scowl. Scowl.
Scout. Scown.
Huh?
Scown.
Scowl.
Which is scown?
Mm-hmm.
Should.
Let's reset it.
Yeah.
Go back.
Don't move it so much. Like, keep it still kind of.
You gotta kind of look.
How did you? Hold on. Let me record me asking a question.
Trent, you
Trent.
know what you should do?
Record me asking a question. So I can
Okay.
hear that.
Me back up.
Oh. Train.
Mom. By the way,
How many kids did you have?
when we first started, I saw like near the tree.
Does Andrew have to do anything?
President Andrew.
Old gentleman Andrew.
No, but you heard the name Andrew.
Did it say 44?
And I got Rhonda.
I don't know who Rhonda is.
It was when I was back in that.
It said Rhonda interview.
Yeah, it said Rhonda interview back to back.
Dig.
Yeah, Dig and Lemon I got
I
in
like
the
Frog.
gardens.
Just
It's interesting. You almost have the whole Big John story right there with the cash. Sorry,
Yeah.
struck
It's funny.
30. Interesting. So there's a couple of like small little breadcrumbs in there.
Yeah.
Nothing where I'm like, oh my god,
I know.
that's the best thing ever.
What does Andrew have to do with anything?
I don't know yet.
I'll tell you, I guess.
Andrew. It's a ghost.
Is that thing recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice slow motions out of that because you know I already send those to YouTube
Yeah.
and I watch them in fast forward. So if you're moving around, I can't watch it.
You're gonna see very interesting things of
Yeah,
my
I'm sure.
dad.
I'm sure.
Yes. Very. Still.
I feel like there's more activity up this way.
Isn't it over there?
Definitely not in the middle. See, look. Unless that's the sounds of the wall. Yes, I'm by the wall. You're right. What happened to the wall?
It broke.
Why is the wall not here?
Nasig.
Nasig.
Kuvi Nasig. Takuvi Nasig. Let's see. How we start. Let's see what we get.
It's not the lights.
Challenge, right?
H?
E.
No.
When'd you
L.
die if it said help?
Help. HLH.
No, I said when did you die if it started spelling help? Me.
Yeah, help me.
Highway.
Highway.
J.
I'm gonna spell your name. Jan. V.
V.
Q.
T. There's no real words in there.
It's a paranormal ghost. It's a ghost. It's a ghost. Spooky. Sure. Wall.
I know.
Very big wall.
Turn around.
I got wall. I said, what happened to this house? And it said,
Well, we are actually outside the original Charlestown house. So it's actually 1 block away is where that actually stood. So it's not surprising because they kind of prided themselves on not being part of the city. So they're outside the walls. So I know that seems like an odd
funny
catch,
because
but
it's something I would have never.
Yeah,
I thought it
that's-
was like, oh,
yeah,
whoops.
that's why you guys keep me around.
I
Jeff, what do
know.
you got going on with yours? Anything?
No real words.
Girl, she was scared.
I can't prove feelings.
I was just scared and then dad, like, said something about that.
Well, what happened to the house? I'm sure they were scared.
Yeah.
I don't think they remember though.
I think it's funny though.
They
that
were actually
fell
weren't even
off
alive.
the rooftop. That just went together.
People that were talking? Yeah, they weren't alive. or they weren't replicants. They were already dead when the tragedy happened to the mansion.
Frankly.
Yeah, they already dead.
Oh.
That's from what. No, they weren't dead from the fire. They were long dead, like 40, 50, 60, 70 years away. That happened to them much later.
I did not know that.
Yep, it was still a family, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the original family. Like they're all dead and gone.
Go BJ.
That's what it says.
BJP.
BJP.
BGPA.
BJPA.
DJ Powell.
Frankly. You getting anything on that?
No.
You getting anything on this?
Maddie's getting all kinds of stuff. And I got stuff on there for sure. But it's like little breadcrumbs, as he said. They make sense, but not to what he asked or anything.
Oh, it said, where did you die? And it said a year. I don't know if that's true, but I got a year.
And say where you... Did you ask how you died?
It just said where, it said a year.
How did you die? You want to switch? What did he tell you about that thing?
It's just, you know, it goes through and it's because it's spelled words, but it's mostly gibberish. The first word I had when we were standing there was fat. Like, no other words that make sense, you know? And then it goes through and then you gotta reset it because it's just like, just gonna keep going. And there's no move. Yeah, so you reset it. Oh. Y H, just jibby jabs. Really, YHT.
Yeah. Huh?
I never got, I just said, how did you die?
Did it say anything else, Trent? No?
Frankly.
Frankly?
Frankly.
Frankly, dear.
Did she die here? Where did you die here?
Word list. What do we got? Give me the last 4 or 5 terms at the top of your list. Just read them off.
Frankly, law, regardless, train,
Communication.
yeah.
Communication. Okay, a whole lot of nothing. Go ahead and stop your cameras if you have one, by the way. And kind of give me a line. I got Austin.
Get your big self out of my
Got
thing.
Austin.
Oh, yeah.
We had to push it low.
Well, nobody's
Alright,
right
guys, let's gather around. Remember, keep your camera low.
here. Okay.
Spirit boxes, talk to me. What have we heard?
World War.
Okay.
The collective.
Anything else?
240, 143,
Lizard, probably.
Right to left.
That's a big lizard.
I'm not really picking up on anything.
That's okay.
I feel like I hear radio channel.
What
And
did
that's what you
get
want to
before?
tell
You
me.
just got off.
Oh.
So just like I told
Okay.
Mike, so if you hear somebody sell you a Toyota, tell me that you're a Toyota commercial. Collective, and I'm like, buy it today for $14.95 or whatever it is. That $14.95 might be relevant to where we're at.
Okay.
Kind of see where I'm going with that?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
again, Bumblebee from Transformers.
Yeah.
Michelle, you're next. What'd you guys hear?
I just
You're fired.
no.
Zach, we're gonna get you back on mute. Where's our word list? So give me the last 2 or 3 things that showed up on there.
Collective, Austin, and electronic.
Okay, yeah, you told me electronic. Jeff, you got anything going on there?
It says DRS.
I'm only going to take the DR because that makes complete sense here.
DO. It says DRS, DOK.
Doc.
Doctors.
Damn close, isn't it?
Yep.
I do like the DR, but you're going to be looking for the letters RI in here specifically. So go ahead and do a hard reset with that dial at the top. And the RI should be in order, not IR. That'll make a lot of sense here in just a minute. Alright, so remember, Connor, you're looking for 8 and above. Cameras, just make sure when the other teams are coming through here, like the other, not teams, they're ghost tours, we just kind of split the seas. I will stop talking and let them pass through.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, and then you guys will lower your cameras to the ground. We all understand that we're just trying not to make people feel uncomfortable, and it might be some bad footage. But who knows? We might see footsteps on the ground from a crazy thermal imaging camera being pointed at our nice lock brakes. Now, welcome to Philadelphia Alley. This used to be called Dueler's Alley. Every ghost tour comes down here. I've been trying to take this location out of my route for years, but this guy doesn't leave me alone. We found that he follows me to the next location, and then he also shows up at my new last location, which you guys haven't seen yet. So the last location is also a place. It's a place of raised emotion that's really close nearby. Like it's only like 0.3 miles away. Like it's not far at all. But anyway, they're all telling the same story. I'm going to give you a few extra details. Again, we're just here to kind of stir things up, and we're going to jet out of here. And again, it gets very warm down here, especially during these months. So here's how this goes. A doctor moves down here, which is exactly why I am very excited about his DR that showed up. So doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. That's why he's looking for RI on his Envoy device. So doctor's name is his full name. Oh, by the way, that's just Remy. We're in his house, so leave us alone. That'll be fine. Never had him come through any of us.
Is it a cat?
Remy. Ratatouille.
Oh.
He's pretty large. He's about that big.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but he's friendly. He's fine. He's got a harness on. I take him for a walk. But anyway, the doctor's name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. In the event that the two of you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl while we're here, not coincidence, it's part of his name. We get it all the time. It's just him saying hello. But anyway, Dr. Ladd moves here from Rhode Island because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her deceased parents, and she has an attorney helping her out with the cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. So he comes down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money, and he is basically on his way into town. We've got another tour coming here. I don't know how far down he's going to go. He might go past us. He usually does. Sorry, you get to know like the other tour guides. Again, I don't have a whole lot of friends in this industry, but every once in a while you see one you recognize. But anyway, back to Dr. Ladd. On his way into town, he had a coachman that set him up to be robbed and killed. It's kind of like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world. So basically, somebody was walking by and
I just got lies. I wrote it down a while ago.
like I'm telling lies.
Like lies. No, I don't know. I just got.
It's still pretty vague, but I get it. I see where you're going with it.
Like I got a lie.
Somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen to the doctor because he knew the coachman. Somebody walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Do those initials sound familiar, Jeff? R.I.? That's exactly why I bought that device that's in his hand. I was getting R.I. on regular spare boxes, like somebody spelling the word victorious, where the R.I. is executive, and I didn't know where we were, relatives, so I bought that device. We've had it about half a dozen times in the past year when I bring up Ralph's name only. Nothing in relation to Rhode Island. Anyway, we got another tour coming through, so we're going to take a quick little commercial break and we're going to let them pass through. I know, right? Just this alley. Oh, you're good, you're good. How are you? Good, man. How are you? You're good.
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. No, you did not.
Remember, you guys are the weirdos out here with all your blinky-like devices.
Yeah.
Alright, so, where was I? Let's see. Oh, so, Ralph, let's get back to him. He tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's going to try to kill you. He why don't you come with me? I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from them. You'll be safe and good to go. The doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. So the longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. Proving his point. Not after Amanda's money. Making his own. As the medical practice. She gets wind of this, and she's moving down so they can be married. Dr. Vlad then became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's why I hate the story. It's a giant cliche. Every haunted city you will ever visit in the future is going to have a cliche whistling ghost. You guys know what you saw around me, right? Or something, yeah, I saw that. It was huge. So this is why I don't like the story. Again, giant cliche. But the guy follows me around, and you have to remember, this guy's story's been told for like 40 to 50 years now. And I'm the only one that actually can communicate back, because I have all the gear. Actually, you have all the gear right now. Let's talk about why we're in Dueler's Alley, and we're talking about Dr. Ladd. Now, Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He makes more money. He gets better seats. That's how it goes. So on the way home, they go see Richard III one night, and they're arguing on the way home about the actress they just saw. Dr. Ladd thought she was great, and Ralph didn't. It turns into an argument where Ralph is now insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly between the two gentlemen, and they went their separate ways. But Ralph has friends around town, especially at the newspaper, and he goes to place an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of shit. Doc saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley, man. Let's settle it. Somebody's gonna die over an actress argument. I just want to point that out. I know it ended with him insulting the fiancée, but you get the point. It's just a dumb argument. So they came down here, they took her back to back, took 10 paces away from each other, they turned, Doc points his gun in the air and shoots his one shot into the air. He did not want to kill his friend. He just needed the courage to show up. However, Ralph has his one bullet, puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. He didn't die either. Doc fell to the ground, and Ralph proved his point. He's not willing to forgive, he's still pissed off. But Doc's friends took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786, after refusing medical treatment. I'm going to point out two things. It's 1786. Gunshot wounds, a lot different then than they are now. Okay, so he's also a doctor. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but obviously he failed. And every ghost tour that comes down here, which is all 300 of us, we all come here, they all tell their guests to listen for the whistles. We have 3 cameras running audio, plus my voice recorder. If we're going to capture a disembodied whistle, it's going to be from one of those 4 devices. However, on the red spirit boxes, I have caught the whistling part of a song and the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. Doctor, get it all the time. And again, when I'm listening and spot checking these devices from Sarah's recording, it's minute 1, minute 5, minute 10, 15, 20, you're getting the point. I'm not looking for anything. Whatever falls in that 1 minute, that's it. I move on. And that's kind of thing that goes on here. So let's put this in.
Oops, sorry, there's somebody coming.
Excuse me. Alright, so here's the thing. You guys are going to try and look for those whistles. Let's gather around on this part. So you guys are going to go look for the whistles on your own with your voice recorders from your phones and walk all the way through here. I can't take you all the way through. I've actually been kicked out of here. You guys remember this part of the story? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you about that. But if you're going to do it, turn on your voice recorders. Just remember, every local knows this story. So anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down this alley. So again, just remember that part of it. But here's how I got booted out. This alley didn't go all the way through the way we came in. There used to be a wall up there. The reason why is this used to be called Cow Alley before it was called Dueler's Alley. The reason why? This is where they kept the livestock, the city of Charleston. Cows, goats, and chickens are down here. That means that the bricks down on the other side, what do you have?
I got the word farm.
I see where you're going. I like it. I would be more like cow, like is the one we normally get here.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I got noise.
Well,
Could be a
vocal
whistling
noise.
Yep.
farm noise.
Or noise.
Anyway, so.
The bricks on the other side, down by Queen Street, are older than the bricks you're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there, fingerprint swipes and others. I used to take my groups all the way through. For a history lesson, nothing paranormal. Again, I've already told you how I feel about going to cemeteries and graveyards. That's the last place you're going to find that child that made that handprint. He's not staring at that thing in the afterlife. So I took my group down there on November 26th of 2020 with our history lesson. They're all huddled around that brick, just like we are right now, same size group, waiting for something to happen with all the gear I handed out. I know nothing's going to happen. I'm trying to shoo them along. Let's go. Because we're also standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of this alley. Yeah, I'm just trying to be respectful. I didn't realize we were out of bounds for tours. I was still new at this. The new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was hysterical because her father's getting yelled at. You guys get the point. She was on the tour that night. We moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I used to work in upper management for Walmart, and you guys like to fight over towels on Thanksgiving, and you've scarred me for life. I will never work another Thanksgiving in my life. I know. You've never seen Black Friday at a Walmart. Trust me, the way I have. Trust me, I got footage. Anyway, moving on. The next day was the 28th. I got a hold of my partner that brought me into tourism, and I asked him what happened so I could figure out what to do. He laughed at me just like my daughter did when I told him what happened. He's like, you're only allowed to go down halfway, dude. Otherwise, it's residential. You got to reroute your group. Well, that was a problem because I didn't have stories going this way. So I told my tour that night, because I'm sold out again for Black Friday, I don't believe in the next story because I don't get into pirates. I'm into vampires. And I've never had anything happen over there. Now, we are going to be skipping the pirate story tonight because I picked that spot a few weeks ago as well. So we're going to talk about that once we get around the corner. We're going to be doing another piece because of the anniversary of the graveyard behind me. However, I told my group I didn't believe in the story, but I didn't tell them which pirate we're going to be investigating, and somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. They had no idea that we were going to be discussing Anne Bonny, the famous female pirate. Just kind of like, okay. I took him around the corner, told him what I knew about pirates, which wasn't much. Somebody else with a spirit box heard the number 300. I don't know what it means. I write it down. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her piracy. I was actually quite pissed off. Let me explain. Pirate stories come from pirate lore. Pirate lore comes from, it was written 100 years after the Golden Age of piracy, the days of Blackbeard and Anne Bonny. That's a problem for the guy with the master's degree in creative writing that always needs facts and data to be able to do what he's writing, right? Especially when I'm doing paranormal investigations. I read more books on pirates, documentaries, played video games, you name it. If it deals with pirates, I'm watching Black Sails again for the 3rd time just because I love it now. So again, I did a crap ton of research on pirates, but the lot where we were investigating for Anne Bonny is kind of off limits, right? So they kind of kicked a bunch of us tours out there, and remember, I spread you guys out. So what we're going to be doing at the next location, there is an apparition that is said to be caught this very week. So we're going to be using Jennifer's camera and I'll kind of go over that story when we get up and around the corner. And I'll have to explain our last 2 stops after that because it'll be completely different. So the gate behind me, because I've seen some of you kind of poking around behind me. So the gate behind me, I want you to kind of put a few things in perspective. This also brags about how much research I do on these locations. I told you there was a wall up there. So that means if there's a duel down here, this was a shortcut to get to the cemetery that we're about to go stare at on the other side of this wall. Otherwise, they got to drag their dead body, if there's a loser, all the way down the Queen Street and then double back with that dead body. So again, the wrought iron was probably put here in the early 1900s, but you can see as you pass by it that the original archway is part of the original wall. I walked through here a few weeks ago. I had to walk somebody back to their Airbnb because I had a solo guest. So I walked them all the way back, and I cut through Philadelphia Alley to get back to my office. And I was like, let me look to see if there was any gunshot wounds, like holes in the side. I actually found a few just by moving some of the brush around. So you can see, like, they go in a side. You know, there's not a direct hole. It's off to the side. Because a lot of times it just shoots a gun off to the side. So very interesting. And there actually, I want to say it was Andrew Jackson was said to have a duel down here. I just don't have any proof of that. So a very interesting place, not to mention it is probably the most beautiful place in all of Charleston, one of my favorites. If you love taking photographs day or night, this is the place to be because it's perfectly lit all the time. So let's get out of this very warm alley. Did we hear or see anything before we go?
I don't know. You can just read through this. This is like what I've got built on here.
I do like church. I'm gonna write down 65. Like
I have 62 and 51.
Numbers usually click somewhere. I just don't always know how. Jeff, you got anything going on with yours?
Glive, G-L-I-V-E.
I'm just gonna look at that as live, like
live.
Oh.
Oh. Well, but it goes on.
Yeah, I know. I see what you mean. I got slide and movement, or side and movement. Not slide.
But no R-I out of that, Jeff?
No.
Okay.
No, because it was funny because I was writing down church and then you said about Church Street right after.
Yeah, we can
I was like, dude, no.
I didn't catch anything on SOS.
Alright, so when we get up in that, like, as soon as we start walking now that there's no other tour, you'll be able to unmute, left line listen in. And then there is a spot up there that somebody actually caught a 9, which was kind of out of the norm with his device. So I'll kind of show him where that's at to see if we can either recreate it or debunk it, just based off what I found like about a week ago. Cameras, if you want to continue rolling around the corner, you can. It's up to you. But we're going to need those cameras once we get up to the cemetery anyway. So let's kind of go up there and let's see if we can get out of here. Everybody's like got glistening foreheads, so I know you guys are going to so.
Take out your phone and write down words. I know, but like, he did it like twice already. I know.
Because it takes words and then I gotta reset it.
I know. I mean, never mind.
chow.
Chow mein.
I got chow.
He got chow at the same time. Chow on the chicken.
There we go.
Chow or bye. It's telling you bye. See ya.
Oh yeah, chow.
Oh my gosh, Trent. Yeah, he only had an appetizer for dinner, so now he's hungry.
I didn't see that it said appetizer.
I want to see an apparition.
What?
My supposedly apparitions.
I thought fucking I was sorry. That's why I was calling for Rachelle. I was like, Mom, no, I called for you. I felt like I had to get my stomach hurt so bad.
Really? Did you tell her?
No, I felt sick. Like even like on the way here going past the market, I'm telling them how I feel sick. And I feel fine now. Follow me.
It might be the dysautonomia. Yeah. You might have had a little dip in your sugar. I mean, your blood pressure. I mean.
We're the people with the equipment. If you guys can have a seat for a few, we're just kind of waiting on their to move. I'll go over there so that way that puts you on mute again.
Okay, I'm turning it on.
Again, this isn't a story I even normally tell, but it kind of fit in since I can't go over there anymore. At least for a little while until the things cool off. Who knows why they're kicking us all out of there. But anyway, they're all looking at a sign. The sign inside the gate of that cemetery reads, "There is no ghost here but the Holy Ghost." The reason why is I don't want jerks like me with that type of camera. Let's go ahead and get you lowered and stopped, by the way. We don't need to just film this because we already got the audio.
Here we go.
Alright, so.
I'm sorry.
I gotta take a picture of this.
Now, here is the sign. So you might want to point your camera at the sign first so everybody can see it. And then for those of you with cameras, let's get you guys up nice and close. I'm going to point out where the headstone is that you guys just saw. So does everybody see the cross headstone like back and to the right a little bit? Your headstone from Sue is going to be one further row back from that, just to the left. So it kind of gives you an idea of where to point your cameras. So I'll let you guys go in there.
Can't see it from here though.
I love it.
How's it going, Connor?
Why can't I
Connor,
tell?
over
I can't
here by
tell,
this
can you?
gate, we had a 9 about a week ago, and I haven't been able to recreate it again. Let me know if you get any numbers if you hang out over here. If anybody wants to take pictures, by the way, this is your night, guys. So take pictures. I don't care. I know I'm giving you a crap ton of footage back, but almost, I heard like that just sound. My first thought was
It's not really like a good angle for this.
Piratey stuff from what I
There we go.
got over there.
He said that was a good one, so I want to make sure.
So we are talking over there. I discussed pirates, and one of the pirates I discussed created the flag for the Jolly Roger. So it just sucks because that story is so good. I did so much research on it, and now I have to give it up because they don't.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity on that last time too.
There's usually a lot that comes out of it because I let you guys really explore, and most people have been trained for at least 2 locations at that point to be able to recognize more things. You did a good job later, Sarah. That's perfect. The reason why is because the more you move that thing around, the more it's going to pick up on like the trees and things. So if you find a spot where it doesn't pick up on the trees, and then you do get something going across. Oh, by the way, does everybody see the light to the left? You can't miss it. The reason why that's there is the church put it there, so we don't try to put our regular cameras in here to try to. That way, it'll give you a light flare, so that way you're not trying to recreate what happened. It's pointed directly at you. But notice that my cameras don't actually see that light flare, do they?
Oh, that's just
The tree, yeah.
And don't call this woman Susan. She will corrupt you.
Oh, maybe I should.
That's all.
Yeah.
I've done it in the past, and I used to tell the story
hold it still.
The name Sue show up somewhere every single time.
The one where she was cold.
Oh, yeah.
Now go back on that phone.
Sue.
Center right there.
Get me something, Sue. Say something.
I thought you said 7.
How much is serious?
Sue.
Hey, did Mom put you on double duty?
I know, I'm just looking. I just asked her. Microphone.
Okay, Sue. It's time to talk to me. Talk to me.
Maddie wanted to use
I thought she like gave up and put her on double duty.
No, she wanted to try it, so.
Oh, okay.
But she's
What's that
so
moving in the
sweet and
background?
soft.
We have a Sarah here.
And a Michael.
Here.
Father?
Father.
Are we pregnant? Oh my god.
Well, we're next.
Oh my god, that would be so exciting.
Could you imagine?
Church, father, pastor. That's how I'm looking at that, not as who's
Oh,
becoming a father.
Well,
A bunch of God music too.
Michael's father was
Oh,
a
really?
Catholic priest.
True.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
We do get a lot of like religious terms over here. It's just common. We get it all the time.
Yeah, I got 0, 0 on mine. Probably nonsense. Yes. I know.
I like beer.
I see that there.
You want me to keep doing it?
No, we can actually call it wraps. So
legs
Jeff,
are-
you got anything going on with your device over there?
It just says, this? Yeah, yes.
Take everybody else and we're going to walk away. I'm going to go give them the quick history of this location, and then we're going to come back and I'll give you a few tips and tricks of what to expect through this whole experiment. Connor, this is going to go over to you. Do not put it on just yet. The only thing I ask of you guys while we are away is don't put on the blindfolds and the head. Super funny.
Is that an app?
It is.
Cool.
So I use the paid version of it so we can save more than 4 images, but there's a free version where it allows you to save 4 images at a time. But GhostTube actually gave me a full subscription to all of their apps because of what I do with their apps, and I basically give them feedback on how all this shit works together.
That's nice.
So I got 1 more year left to go until I got to start paying for it. All right, so pop that over your head. Your dial's right here for focus. Okay. Mike, as soon as you start hearing things, you're good to go. Maddie, can you hear me? Maddie? You're good.
Sorry, I just felt something.
You alright?
Yeah.
She felt something, she
I
said.
thought you had touched me.
Nope, there's nobody near you.
Okay.
You. Okay. Henry,
Okay.
if you're here, we'll just say it's 11.
Things that he.
Henry,
Strong.
we're looking for you to tell us something about your occupation, please. What did you do for a living?
Godspeed.
That's good. Henry, I got a larger group tonight. Can you tell us what you did for a living? You told us last night.
Mike's not even touched. Says assume.
Hammer and nails.
That would have been interesting if he was a carpenter. Wow, that would have been very descriptive.
Over the last couple of days.
My thing just said assume,
Lights.
comply, and smell.
Henry, your job. What did you do for your occupation? If somebody else is here, just give us your first name so I can identify you. Sorry if I'm in anybody's view.
Mean.
Connor, just when you see a picture, just let us know. Okay.
Frozen.
Henry, we're also using the blue box. You can give us images.
Mermaid.
Coming home.
Henry,
Mrs.
do you want to talk about your wife? Do you want to
Fallen.
talk about your wife? Give us her first name if you do.
Fallen?
Christian.
50.
Lonely.
Was your wife lonely after your death? Did she remarry? The answer to that is yes. Just say don't know.
Don't know Joe.
Don't know Joe?
Jim, I thought he said.
Sounded like Joe.
Oh.
Don't know, Joe?
Henry, did Dr. Ladd come here with you tonight? Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd?
Charity.
Dr. Ladd, if you're here, you got to give us your code word, please, so we can identify you. But Henry, back to you.
Everything.
You said the word lonely, and we have the
I
word
want
Mrs.
I got follow.
Dr. Ladd followed
Company.
us here.
Phone.
Dr. Ladd,
Moonlight.
let's move over to you, sir. You have a face?
I don't know. Looking back.
Nope.
Like, it's supposed to be a clear.
Nope.
Trying to
Two.
get you.
It's for you to decipher what it looks like.
Fire.
See a face.
Rich.
I know.
Dr. Ladd, what was the name of your fiance? Let's test you a little bit.
Animals. Time.
What we got?
It's yours.
Okay, Dr. Ladd, you're not able to
Summer.
answer us right away. That's okay. I'm going to go back
Jesus.
to Henry. But if you want to give us or find her name in those frequencies,
I was
we'll
over
take
it.
it.
Traveler.
Follow us.
Mariah.
Henry, got the word Mrs. and the word lonely.
Over.
Can you tell us your wife's name? Or maybe the year that she
This
became?
is an issue.
Okay, we will not talk about your wife. Yep, he's very...
Murder. You're mine.
Henry, curiosity. Are you happy that I come here
Geography.
and try to talk to you every single night? Or are you kind of annoyed?
Deep. In an hour. Shotgun.
Mercury.
She's not too loud.
Thought.
Some people shout
Okay.
loud.
Hear me.
Another man's face.
Well, actually, this is the real.
Morning.
It looks like a gunshot.
Believe me.
There's a gunshot on there.
Wounded man.
Is there blood in the picture?
Yeah, they have bandages.
Baseball.
Dr. Ladd, where's this person shot?
They have white.
They have white clothes.
Sharing.
Can you see where the person was shot?
Kids.
Sharing.
In the head. So somewhere along from the neck up. Not in the kneecap.
10.
Sherry's not a name, right? That you need? She just said.
Neil.
Glass.
What'd you get?
Neil.
I'll have to think
Neil?
of Dr. Ladd right now.
Jeff got Neil.
Neil how?
Like the name Neil? N-E-I-L?
N-E-L-E.
N-E-L.
You're truthful.
Neil would be N-E-I-L.
Yeah.
Or N-E-E.
Ride.
No.
K-N.
Dr. Ladd, let's get back to you.
K-N.
Beyond.
We got a lot of things moving
and
around
me.
right now.
Was it knee?
You think.
It wasn't knee? K-N-E-E?
It was K-N-E.
What are
Oh.
you looking for?
It was K-N-E while you guys were talking about
US.
him being shot.
And he had a bloody picture.
At the same time, he had K-N-E.
Over.
Just like he had the full word of me.
Yeah.
Inside out.
Okay. Whoever's here, just tell me
30.
what sound we heard out of the church. Let's get some verification that anybody's here.
I like
What sound did we just hear?
roses.
Less static.
The house where Dr. Ladd lived,
Down.
right around the corner, is
Bad
called
news.
the Thomas Rose House. We got Dr. Ladd here with us. Henry, you can just step backwards because you're not giving us much tonight anyway. That would be great. Dr. Ladd, I'm going to ask you again, what did we just hear out of the church?
Anyone can really.
Dr. Lash, what sound did we just hear?
9, Joe.
Joe again. 2 different people. I know Joe Biden is in the news right now,
Change
but
this.
they haven't heard Joe all night long.
Yeah.
Dr. Ladd,
Bridge.
would you rather
Original.
talk about something else that you'd love to do while you were here in
Hold
Charleston?
on.
In the desert?
You make me. Cameras.
No purchase.
Call.
Dr. Ladd, did you like to write poetry while you were here?
Jesus.
I need love.
He wrote about his love of Amanda while he was here. Most of his portion of his poetry was about Amanda.
North Carolinas.
And some speeches for the Carolina politicians. He wrote some of those too.
Let it go.
Bunch of lines.
Clean water.
Dr. Ladd, we only have a few minutes left. I would still like a direct
Gives
answer.
the best advice.
Tell us what sound we heard out of the
72.
church. Dr. Ladd, I am asking something specific. The name of your fiance or
The life.
the sound we heard out of the church. We need verification. You also have a code
God.
word.
Light.
Baby.
Woman. Woman. Like
99. 1,000. We're married.
We're married.
Looking. $1,000. Afraid.
Any numbers? Watch.
Nothing on yours?
There's a lot of weird things
Steel.
going on here. It's
I
the
got
same principle I had
steel.
last night. Like I thought it was either
Forget.
Mary coming through, Dr. Ladd, or Henry.
So that was
But
one
he
from
also
Mary.
has a dead woman on the ground right now. So now I'm
We
like,
fell
who the
in
hell's here
love.
now?
I got steel. An
STEEL.
increase.
Difference. And the man of the house.
Whoever's here, we're going to
The
be wrapping
Eagles.
this up. Can you tell us good night? Since we can't really get verification.
Take.
Good luck.
Nobody's really given us full verification of who's here.
He's lost.
I do like the notion that Dr. Ladd followed us over here.
90.
90, yeah.
Anybody
Lord.
want to say good night back to us? We're okay with that?
Would you like to?
Good night. You can tell us to go home. We'll oblige.
Today.
I'm breathing air.
We know.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Wow.
Maddie.
You heard it.
Discover. Motivated.
$17,000.
Me.
Dr. Ladd or Henry? We're going to call it
Maria.
quits. Can you give us one more image?
Maria.
Spring.
Out of control. What do you think?
I think you all were kind of messing with me tonight. That's what I think. All right, going
The
once,
audio.
going twice.
Why can't you copy?
All right, family members, let's tap them up.
Resolutions.
Why have I been?
They're not giving us much. Connor, go
Oh,
ahead and peel that off your face.
Jesus.
Lightly,
I
Mom.
did lightly, but
No, it was way too.
All right.
I barely
Nobody
touched
get
you.
up.
Oh my God.
So, you do not have the recordable one. You do. So you have a button next to your volume.
Oh my
Click
gosh,
it
it's
opposite direction, and it turns the machine off. That way we know that the last 10 minutes came from this. Let's look at these images, everybody. The three of you don't get up. I will go kind of around the horn because you stay pretty small. It's 4 total images.